Hey internet, it's Phil. Last weekend I attended PAX East, and one of the highlights of PAX for me is getting to see a bunch of really cool indie games. So I thought today I would share 4 games that I really liked and that I think you might like too. These were all games that really impressed me from a world building or storytelling standpoint, so I think they're a good fit for the channel. I'm going to show off the trailers and talk about the games a little bit, and if you want to see more you can look in the description box to find links to everything you need. First up we have Battle Chef Brigade. So this game caught me immediately. It has fighting, food, and anime, so basically everything I love in life. There are 2 major styles of gameplay. The first is cooking, which is done through a match 4 game. But to cook you need ingredients, and to get the ingredients you have to go out into the world and slay monsters. At this point the game turns into a side-scrolling beat 'em up. The graphics in this game are absolutely gorgeous, everything is hand-drawn and it really nails the anime look. And if you're a fan of battle or food anime or ones that combine both of them, then I think this is going to be right up your alley. Next up is Y2K, a postmodern RPG. This is a turn-based RPG. It's kind of like you took Earthbound, Scott Pilgrim, Persona, and Empire Records, threw them all into a blender, and enjoyed a nice postmodern smoothie. The characters are really interesting and the battle mechanics have sort of a Mario and Luigi RPG feel to them, with rhythm-based minigames that'll help your attacks be stronger. Also, if you were a child of the 90s like I was, this might be a fun trip down memory lane as it takes place in 1999, right before the new millennium. If you've got a hole in your heart and have been waiting for another quirky turn-based RPG since Undertale, this might be the game for you. Next up is Diaries of a Spaceport Janitor. If you, like me, often lament that modern games don't have enough color, this game looks like a jar of candy and that's the thing that initially drew me to it. It has a really engaging mix of a low poly environment and cute pixel models. But what's really impressive is the sheer number of different characters in this game. Just walking around you'll see a countless number of different aliens and I have to give credit to the art team because they knocked it out of the park in this. If you're a fan of sci-fi settings where there's just a ton of different aliens all mixing together, this is gonna be one to play. So what's the actual game like? When I spoke to the developer, he described it to me as an anti-adventure game. As the title suggests, you're a janitor and the gameplay is you cleaning up the spaceport. This game is about exploration. It's about seeing what the spaceport has to offer, meeting different kinds of characters, and just having a fun time. So when I started playing the game, I was walking around meeting different people and I decided to eat some sludge off the floor because you can do that. Turns out that was not a good idea because I started vomiting everywhere. So I'm walking around trying to explore but also trying to clean up all this vomit that I'm leaving, and it was just so charming. This game has my interest because it seems like there's a ton of world building going on here. It seems like a really good game to chill out with and just relax. But you're doing so in a world that is fully realized and that has a lot of effort and thought put into it. It may not be a grand adventure, but I think there's going to be some awesome stories being told here. Our last game is Valhalla, also known as waifu bartending. So this is a cyberpunk bartending game, and again, the concept had me immediately. I absolutely love cyberpunk, and they have the aesthetic nailed down. The graphics are really cool, the music is incredible, in fact I already bought the soundtrack because I loved it so much. But what really makes this game interesting is the mechanics. So at first glance, it feels kind of like a visual novel. You talk to customers, find out more about them, and then mix a drink for them. The drink mixing seems really simple, and it kind of is. You have a preset list of ingredients and a book that tells you how to make every kind of drink. But when I spoke to the developer, they told me that you don't necessarily want to give every patron the drink that they ask for. Rather, you need to listen to them, see what kind of person they are, see what's going on in their life, and decide from there what kind of drink you think they want more. So sometimes you're going to give them what they want, and sometimes you're going to give them something completely different. And what you give them is actually going to change the outcome of the story. So I played the demo and your customer is a girl called Streamer-chan. Streamer-chan streams her life 24/7, literally every single moment. Of course, if you want to watch the private stuff, you have to pay more. So this game is pretty adult and it revels in humor, so she was really crass and making all these jokes, and it was pretty funny. And she was definitely kind of poking fun at streaming and streaming culture, and it didn't seem mean-spirited, it was just kind of fun. But in the end, she did seem kind of one note at first. But as we served her drinks and talked to her, she told us more about herself. She told us about why she started streaming, how it makes her feel, and what it does for her. And suddenly the character just came alive. She went from being kind of a joke to compelling and interesting. The conversation had this amazing flow that let us discover things about her gradually. And this is where the game really came alive for me. A game like this is going to live and die on its dialogue and on its characters, and they totally nail it. The characters have nuance in life. Every joke they make about streaming comes from a place of understanding it. I can only speak for the one character we played, but I was really impressed with the writing, and it's really difficult to get that across in a short demo like that. This is a game I cannot wait to play more of. I think I'm going to be really impressed with the final product. So those were 4 games that I really enjoyed from PAX East. I definitely plan on playing all of them, maybe I'll stream 1 or 2 of them too because that could be a lot of fun. If any of the games interested you, I would check out the description box to get the links to go see more information. It's always good to support indie developers, they do so much with such limited resources. And I have to give them credit because when you're presenting a game at PAX, you're standing on your feet for 8 hours, interacting with people all day, just trying to share your passion for your game. It's a lot of work on top of the already gargantuan amount of work they do anyway, and I sincerely hope all these games are super successful. So if you liked this video and you want to see me do more of this kind of thing and talk about more indie games, I would totally love to, so let me know. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. If you want to like or share the video, that would help me out a lot. You can hit the subscribe button to see more videos when they come out, and I will see you soon.